The man who looks outside dreams, but the man who looks within remember. A great man once said that a man who traveled overseas to go and look for what he did not carry along only journeyed away from himself. Because human beings are just mirror. For me, I have come to the conclusion that what we just say, good and bad people, is not. Listen, focus, leave that issue of people are bad, people are good, people are this is this. No, zoom your total attention on yourself. Let me tell you, the man you call a bad man can meet somebody and he will become very humble around that person. And he can meet another person and become very rude around that person. Because everybody are only reflecting your inner state. It took me so much to understand this, but when I understood it, I saw the pattern everywhere. Men are only a reflection of your inner state. Situations around you are only a reflection of your inner state. As you begin to transform your inner state, everything outside begin to transform. Some of the great men like Alexander, Napoleon, some of the great warriors, so long as they were unshaken within, every battle they fought, they won. But the moment worry slide in, that was how they begin to lose. See, set a system, a consecration. I will not tell you what to do on developing the God within, on reprogramming your subconscious. Because this God within, there is God within, there is God within. But this God within is not just doing anything. His assignment is to make your dominant belief your reality. What you believe the most, because there are many things you believe, but you did not believe everything equally. If I tell you something today now, you will believe it, but there are other beliefs that are stronger that can counter it. For instance, you believe that God can raise a man from the dead. But if I tell you, okay, there is God in you, lay hand on a dead man so that he can rise up, you won't believe it. The reason is because you know that thing is possible, but there are other things in you that will counter that thought. The moment you say, rise up from the dead, other voices begin to speak from you to counter it. But if you say it to yourself, for instance, there is a power in me that can raise men from the dead. If you say it repeatedly every day, a time is going to come, it becomes your dominant belief, and one day you will see that manifestation. So the work you have to do now as touching this God within is to keep sending suggestion until it becomes your dominant belief. He said, my little children of whom I travail, until Christ is formed in you. So you must do the reprogramming. A great preacher once said something that there are certain things he wrote down that he spoke to himself for 20 years. Now they are reality. You know what I mean? He spoke it to himself every day for 20 years until they became his predominant belief. Because once he becomes your predominant belief, the God within will make it reality. So one of the things you will do, you will make your visions clear, that he who read it can run, because there is a spirit within. It may take time, but it will manifest. And also there was another man who wanted to grow his platform. So he wanted to grow his platform to 20,000 audience. So he knew that the moment it becomes his predominant belief, it will be made manifest. Everywhere in this room, he wrote 20,000 until it became his consciousness, and immediately it began to grow. So refine your inner state through affirmation, through study, through prayer, through imagination. This is the whole essence of prayer and all this spiritual practice, to make the within refined. Many people pray, but they don't know the essence. The whole essence is to reprogram the subconscious and for worship. Yes. Where you are now is your predominant belief. Where you are now is your predominant belief yesterday. Where you will be tomorrow is your predominant belief today. So begin to reprogram it. I know of a man who once upon a time he was very poor. When he learned of this secret that his predominant belief was what was keeping him poor, his thought, his constant thought, he began to make affirmation daily. He began to imagine himself living a great life. He imagined it until it became his predominant belief. And a season came, situations began to change. God is able to do exceedingly abundantly, far beyond what you see, think, or imagine, but according to the power at work in your inside. Put in the work. Refine your inner state. Don't go looking for a high-paid job. Refine your inner state. I tell you because I have tested this to an extent. You will be still, an opportunity will just be coming to you. You will be relaxed and opportunities you didn't go to seek. He said, be still and know that I am God. And as you begin to refine your inner state, one of the things you must be mindful of is detachment. The moment you are making affirmation, you are checking to see if it will happen. That is unbelief. So you must understand again the law of detachment. This is one of the killer of affirmation, because you see, your predominant belief is your reality. The moment you are making affirmation and you are checking to see if it will work, that is not. If it's actually your predominant belief, you will not be checking to see. Checking to see is unbelief. Jesus turned water to wine. He didn't even check to see if the miracle worked. Immediately he prayed, he laid hands on it. He said, go and give it to them. He didn't check to see. There was no doubt. So until your inner state reflects that situation, you cannot change. So long as you are still trying to see, is a proof that you are not equal with it in your inner state. Yes, detachment. Detach from outcomes. As you refine your inner state, detach from outcomes.